Say, Gene, how many feet deep was that snow?
Oh, 75 or 80.
Were you in it too? Were you in that blizzard?
Yes,
Did you get around very easily?
not very easy.
How about you?
I got in on the first train that came in from York on the Greenwood Lake train.
Why?
I got here on the Monday morning, and for 2 nights I slept in the factory because I couldn't get home. On the Wednesday I walked from Jersey City to Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, I walked down to City Hall.
We had to tunnel out from the basement. I had to drive a tunnel through the snow, way out in the middle of the other side of the street.
That was something going.
That was something going. How'd you get out?
Oh, I dug my way out.
Dug
I
your
got
way
down
out?
to the barn to feed the horse.
Oh, I was right in the
Take the
city.
horse out?
I was down to City Hall during the day.
Why? That damn
The price of eggs going up during the blizzard?
$1.25 a dozen.
That's pretty high, wasn't
Well, it went higher.
it? That's so.
Yes, way up $1.50 a dozen.
The City Hall steps covered up pretty well?
Covered way up to the top, covered way up.
That was remarkable. How about you folks?
Got my eggs.
Yes.
I had chickens, they went on strike. How many years had you been voting the time of the big blizzard?
Well, I hadn't been voting yet. I wasn't to the voting age.
Ask some questions regarding, about the snow.
Well, say,
Well, how about the snow? How deep
Well,
was it
look.
where you were?
the snow was about 7 feet deep, and in some places the front of the house was covered completely.
I
And
heard.
the 2-story and a half houses, you couldn't see.
Why, I don't exactly call it work. You know what work is? You don't. Why, work's doing something you have to do. When you're doing something that you want to do, like to do, that's play. Now, a good many years ago, I don't like to tell you quite how many, but, well, I was born in the first half of the last century, so you can guess how old I am. I worked. And now I'm in the, pretty well along in the next century, and now I exercise a little, but I don't call it work. I don't call this work. Why, this is play. You see how nice that is?
You've seen many things happen, change in your day, Mr. King?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. We live in a world of change. The trees are just the same as they were when I was a boy, only larger. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. But when I was a boy, we didn't have the telegraph, and we didn't have the telephone, of course, nor the electric lights, nor any of these other things which have come up to bother us and help us. The good old days were pretty good, Don't you boys think that you're living in just the best time in the world's history? It's first rate. But it's no better than our fathers had, and I don't believe it's very much better than our grandchildren. Yes, that's Hudson over there. Nice little city. Why, I remember very well looking out of my window, I would see anywhere from 10 to 20, hardly ever less than 10 sailing vessels on the river. And now I don't see more than 1 in 3 months, and very few steamboats. Everybody went to New York then if they wanted to go in Duluth style. Why, they'd take a steamboat. If they wanted to go cheap, they'd go on one of our river sloops.
Ladies and gentlemen, this vehicle is what is known as the Concord Coach, manufactured by Abbott Downing Company in Concord, Massachusetts. The average speed at that time was about 6 miles an hour. That was considered fast for a stage, but probably slow for an automobile. This particular coach has a seating capacity for 15. It truly and accurately represents the stages of the California Stage Company that operated through California in the 50s and 60s.
I haven't drank water for 50 years. It rusts pipes, and it surely rusts your inside. The best thing to drink is beer, coffee, tea, a highball once in a while.
But the country's dry now, Mr. Draper.
They say it is, but is it?
Oh, but the country's dry now.
They say so, but is it?
What do you think of the new long dresses, Mr. Draper?
I like them short. Shorter the better. The knee is a joint, not an entertainment.
You're pretty spry for a 90-year-old Civil War veteran.
Sure am.
Aren't you tired? Don't you want a drink?
Drink of what?
Water, of course.
Nothing doing.
Can you remember, Ma, the wedding day 75 years ago?
Yes, ma'am.
What about it?
Well, it was a beautiful day. You don't know it.
One thing about it.
You're talking in that thing, Ma. Yeah. How old are you and Pa, Ma?
I am 93, and Pa is 96.
How many years have you lived in this house?
55.
Are the people, young people of today, anything like the young people when you were young?
Why, yeah, I don't see why they ain't just about the same. They're just as good then as they are now.
Well, who was the boss?
Myself.
Did you, Father, ever have any quarrels?
No, we never did. Have any quarrels at all. Had little spats, same as anyone does.
But never anything was serious?
No, never anything serious. Say, you remember 75 years ago?
Yes.
Well, what about it?
What about it?
Yeah.
Well,
Talk up loud.
Come on.
well, that stable house that was built last year.
Oh, fiddlestick on your stable.
Yeah.
He wants to know if you love me as well as you did when we was married.
Well, I suppose so.
Don't say I suppose so.
Well, yes, then.
Oh,
I've since settled.
I said,
I got my hat on. I don't think you want it on side day, do you?
No, you can't.
So I put it on side day,
ain't you going to kiss me?
You can too. Go ahead.
Kiss me.
Yeah, what?
That's it for you. Forget it now. I've been married 75 years, and I'm very happy that I have lived so long.
All right. Grandpa and Grandma, I'm very glad to be here today to help to celebrate your 75th wedding anniversary. It was quite remarkable. These two old couple were married at the time 6 years before the inauguration of President Lincoln, and the time that President Franklin Pierce was President of the United States in 1855.
What can I tell you about?
All right, everybody, you saw it now.
Well, Mike, I guess I'm the oldest traveling salesman on the road in the United States.
How old are you, Uncle Charlie?
92 years old and 68 years on the road. How old are you, Mike?
I'm nearly 86 years old and 60 years on the road.
They tell me that you're the trader horn salesman of the United States.
Well, I have traveled somewhat. I've traveled over 2,500,000 miles, which means about 100 times around the world.
You must have paid a lot of hotel bills in that time, Mac.
Something over $90,000 in hotel bills alone. But, Uncle Charlie, I'm afraid that you and I will not pay very many more hotel bills because the high-pressure modern traveler of today will drive us off the road.
Oh, no, Mac. The modern travelers do not last long. We do. The outlook for 1929 is great, and all we've got to do is to dig and work.
Well, I guess you're right.
Verging on being an octogenarian and having spent my life at the game of billiards, it's a great pleasure to me to be able to say to everyone who loves the game to take it up seriously. It's a wonderful game, full of technicalities, great exercise, and splendid recreation. I take pleasure in having this opportunity to appear before the gentlemen here and just give a few demonstrations of a few shots that, up to my age, that I can pretty well manufacture. I'm still going on in my youth is past, and I've been all my life in this game of billiards, and you can see for yourself that I'm still fighting the game as well as I possibly can.
I'm going to miss you.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're going to miss me. I'll miss you, too.
Well, come around and see us once in a while when you get lonesome.
I certainly will.
Captain, I congratulate you on your retirement. And the Lackawanna Railroad Company will miss you very much.
Thank you, Captain Henry. I have been crossing the Hudson River for about 47 years, and during that time, I have made 465,600 trips. I think this is enough for any man. I retire to give the younger men a chance, and intend enjoying my remaining years in viewing some parts of the country which heretofore I have had no opportunity, only to read about.